Unquestionably, winning Le Mans in the year 1975 holds infinitely less prestige and importance for the successful team than for the victors of the first endurance race in 1923. The leading prototypes of today have very little resemblance to the sport cars that you and I can drive on the open highways. And of course, that was the original concept of the race, for automobile manufacturers to compete against each other under the extreme pressures of this 24-hour marathon to see which were the best sport cars of the day. By 1975, the major factory teams have left. There's nothing further to prove. The once gigantic Le Mans crowds of over 500,000 people have faded to well under 100,000. All that remains is a shell of the great heydays of the race, when the winning car and drivers made the front page of every newspaper around the world. Although the future looks unpromising, those glorious days of Le Mans that preceded this 1975 race will always remain as vivid, dramatic, poignant moments in the story of modern sport. The birth of Le Mans really begins with the first French Grand Prix of 1906, an attempt to recreate on a road circuit the racing between the major cities of Europe that had captured the public's imagination at the turn of the century, but which had to be stopped because of the increasing danger to the general public who used to watch from the open roads in town. 63.5 miles of narrow country highway on the outskirts of the small town of Le Mans is chosen for this first major circuit road race. 5 months is spent making ready the necessary course. Stands, pits, and telephones are installed. Never before has an automobile competition been so carefully organized. The 770-mile race is an unprecedented success with the competitors and the public alike. An overall average speed of over 63 miles an hour is maintained. And it's still only 1906. For the next 8 years, Grand Prix racing blossoms. Le Mans is firmly established among the best organized and most popular circuits. The First World War has yet to sweep Europe, and road racing is still uninhibited and enjoying a fast spiral of popularity. With their riding mechanics on board, the titled, the wealthy, and the adventurous go into battle. The competition is fierce and wildly spectacular. The First World War stopped racing in Europe, and when the sport returned, the European automobile industry is producing cars on a production line basis, and this leads to a new generation of road cars. The two Frenchmen, Charles Faroux and Georges Durand, create a race really to challenge the speed and durability of these new cars. So, the 24-hour of Le Mans becomes a reality. From the outset, it is a supreme test of a motor car. Outright speed has to be coupled with reliability. One man who makes his mark and wins the race as a driver in his formative years is 89-year-old Sammy Davis. He recalls the unique Le Mans start. It's 1925.
You stood on the other side of the road from the cars, which was parked, stationary, all pointing athwart the road, and then you had to run across the road, put the hood up, get in, start the engine, and get away. And there were two reasons for that. One was to try and make a reasonable tape hood which would go up quickly. And secondly, they didn't want all the cars to start in one mass together because they thought there'd be an accident. And if you did this, fat men took much longer than thin men. But it resulted in one practicing sprinting across and leaping into the car and getting the hood up in one and altering the hood until it did go up in one. I liked it.
Sport car manufacturers from Europe, Great Britain, and the United States feel the necessity to compete. They see the great opportunities that success in this unique test of endurance can bring for them an increased sales of their standard production models. But the casualty rate is high. In 1925, of the 48 starters, only 15 finished. However, this intensity of competition is attracting the public. Already, Le Mans, only in its third year, is something of a sports occasion. The big prestige manufacturers like Mercedes of Germany now push their full organization behind winning Le Mans. But even they find that outright speed is not enough. In 1930, it is Bentley of Britain who win for the 5th time, leaving Mercedes in the shade. Captain Wolf Bernardo achieves a hat trick as the leading Bentley driver.
Well, the average this year was better than it was last year, and up to the time the Mercedes packed up, we'd averaged over 80 miles an hour.
Had we really now?
Yes, but then, of course, we had it all our own way and cut down, and I think the average only just works out at about 75, and...
Well, there's no need to go any faster. There's nobody to beat.
Well, we had nobody to beat but ourselves, so that was the best way of taking it. It was just touring. Is that right, Glenn?
Yes, I agree.
1935. Bentley have long since left Le Mans, but their achievements in the 1920s create for them an international legend that will be as strong a half-century later. The race now becomes the single greatest advertisement open to a sports car manufacturer. To win means instant acclaim and certain prestige. Alfa Romeo of Italy see their chance. They're winning 4 consecutive years from 1931 and narrowly missing a 5th victory in 1935. Their reputation is confirmed for generations to come. Even Lagonda, who wins somewhat luckily in 1935, benefit from overnight success. Their worldwide production sales soar. 1937, and the French return to make a major impact on Le Mans. The race having been dominated by the British and Italians for 10 years. The Bugatti, already something of a legend in automobile circles, starts a trio of French victories that will take the 24-hour race up till the outbreak of the Second World War.
Following the Second World War, the manufacturers aren't making many sport car models. So the organizers of Le Mans create a prototype category to encourage development of sport cars. By the early 1950s, every major manufacturer who has a genuine claim to a sport car image fields a factory team. Maserati, Ferrari from Italy, Porsche, Mercedes from Germany, Gordini and Carbolt from France, and Aston Martin and Jaguar from Great Britain. Briggs Cunningham from the United States. They all try to make their mark. This car, incidentally, is the race-winning D-Type Jag of 1957. And this prototype will prove so successful that its production model, the E-Type Jag, will still be popular 2 decades later. Some car, huh?